Okay, friends, we're coming back on. We had we lost the stream for a second. It was just a malfunction. I'm gonna see. I just invited Jennifer back into the live. I hope and also Emily. So I hope that we're gonna get them back in just a second. Okay. Okay, I have her. Okay, I sent that to her. So we're gonna see if we can get people back live. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's see how this is going. Okay, we're gonna get people back. Okay, we are getting people back. Welcome back. I'm trying to get everyone back in the stream. Okay, good. Okay, great. Yay.
Hello.
Technical difficulties. Okay, we're back.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
The revolution will not be live streamed. This is not the
be.
revolution.
Blessed be.
Under the sun, grace be.
That's right. That's right.
We're monocotamous. So yeah, I was telling the story about the explosive like skin tube and how they end up with a squirt gun event situation where they themselves will describe it as milking. They have to milk out the urine. Right? Dysphoria cured, suicide prevented. This is the only way.
Oh my God. That is so insane.
Yeah.
I've seen that one picture of the girl holding her surgery with just sprays of urine all over. Like a freaking sprinkler rather than a stream.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's like it basically makes that sound too. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it might. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I mean, I feel for these kids, and I mean, the thing is, I mean, I'm glad to see so many detransitioners out there today, because the narrative, of course, that they try to tell is that there are no detransitioners.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw this, but I saw Chloe Cole is starting her own detransitioners network.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, she's the person to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm glad that she's out here, and that there's several different organizations. So women have formed several networks. Women have formed several hierarchies together, where we work with each other, we support each other, we respect each other, and those are all coming together today to join forces in a very planned and deliberate protest, where we have a constrained message and we have pre-approved messages. Like it's just very organized and planned. It's very impressive how these groups plan this protest. So it's going well so far. Hopefully that keeps up and it doesn't turn into bright. Oh my gosh, what is that flag? It's like a double triangle flag. What? Why? Did you not sell enough flags lately? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm never playing capture the flag again. It's traumatized. I can barely go to the UN.
Oh my God. And so is the event just today, or are there other things happening tomorrow? Do you know?
I think there might be some things happening tomorrow. Tomorrow morning there might be some leafleting, but I'm not sure. I know the main event is today, and some people were here last night too doing some stuff. But I just got out here this morning, so.
Great. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Hope other people who are local can make it out, because it's there's a lot of medical professionals here. You know, I'm not sure exactly how large the convention itself is, but I know that the organization represents, I think, about 80,000 pediatricians. So there's a lot of people here, and this might be their first real exposure to dissent. That's hard to characterize as just a rabid or hateful, because we're all holding signs saying like stop transing gay kids and this and that. So.
Yeah, I think it's so impressive to see. And as I always say this when we host live events, but this is public record. Us putting these videos up on and making our own media with it. This is the record of our dissent. This is us saying we don't consent to this, and I think that's kind of what we have to do. We have to make our own media. And I think that's why, you know, people like you who do YouTube and do this research and put it out there for everyone to see, it's so important because
Yeah.
we don't get our stories covered in mainstream news sources. So it takes us doing our own journalism and
Right.
putting it out there. And I think it's really it's more impactful than they like to imagine. You know,
It's
it's
very impactful. Yeah. I mean, like Magdalene Burns, for instance, if she hadn't made those videos, I doubt I would be out here doing this. If Posey Parker hadn't gotten out onto news channels, I doubt I would be here doing this. You know, I had to see other women doing it to know that I could do it. When women are only seeing men doing things, it affects us. It really affects us. Jordan Peterson likes to talk about how lobsters get depressed when they don't have a dominance hierarchy status. And that depression leads to things like aggression and this and that, and it can be corrected by serotonin receptors. But he doesn't take it far enough because he still thinks that women are fine being in an egalitarian patriarchy where we don't have representation. We're not. It actually makes us very depressed. That's why, like, the unalive attempt rate is so much higher for females.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's very important to see hierarchy.
I agree. I agree. And I think that's why this has been, you know, this movement in a sense has been a revitalization of women coming together and supporting one another and lifting each other up.
Right.
And I think, you know, so many of us, like you just said, Magdalene was an influence, Kelly J. Keene, AKA Posey Parker, was an influence. And I think we see that, like, you know, like Deprogrammer is in the chat, by the way, sending her love. You know, she was an influence on me. I know you have been an influence to many women yourself, and I think that's what it is. We see other women doing this, and it's like that very simple courage calls to courage thing. Like you see other people who do it, and you know you can do it. Can we expect to see you at any of the Kelly J. Keene dates when she comes out here?
I hope so. I don't know exactly where she's going to be in California, but that's certainly my intention to get to wherever that's going to be. My understanding is it's next weekend. So it's like kind of a scramble. So hopefully it's local to me in NorCal. Well,
I think she's doing one in San Francisco. So
perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's right there.
I wanna try and come out there for that, but I know she's also she's gonna come up the coast. She's gonna hit Portland and Seattle, like these.
Just trying to make that documentary and defeat Eddie Izzard.
Yeah,
man, I really hope she needs a campaign manager.
I know. And the thing that I heard her say is, even if she doesn't defeat Eddie Izzard, you know, just to create a conversation, like her participation will create a conversation.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what we all are doing. And I think, you know, us, you know, you doing your channels and your videos and the other women who are doing these things also, this is also the antithesis to the, like, you know, like only Matt Walsh is talking about this.
Right. And that's why they ban us, is they want to create that falseness in the record that it was mostly men opposing this. It was mostly the moral religious people opposing this. And so they don't want to talk to the feminists. They don't want to promote us because we've got dangerous ideas. We might persuade the women that we can do it.
Yeah.
And who knows what disaster that would create.
Yeah.
But we really just need to keep modeling for each other. It really comes down to mirror neurons, you know, the structures in your brain that fire when you do something and when you see someone else doing something that has essentially your body plan. And so it's just really important to physically see women getting out there and doing it. To know it's easy.
I saw this great video, and it was about the psychology of participation. And it's like the first guy who starts dancing, like he's in a way, even though he's the leader, he's not the most important person. The most important person is actually the first person to join him. Because the first follower is the one who makes the leader a leader. And so that first follower following the leader, that is actually the true person who's other people to join. So I think, this is important for us to remember because, I mean, first of all, I think it's very psychologically weird that Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, we don't call each other friends. We call each other followers. And I think it's supposed to program us to think that no one is a leader here, like we're all just followers. I'm following you. I'm not a leader.
Well, we're women are taught to think of ourselves as followers, as helpmates, as though we're the Johnny-come-latelys to the species.
Yeah.
If you look at the definition of female, it's the member that either produces oocytes or bears young. That means if there's only one kind of organism in the species that bears young, they would be a female. Females are older than males. Males came later to evolutionary advantage us by mixing up the DNA. It's just, so then we have all this propaganda about how a male deity is actually the person who created the first man, and the first man gave birth to the first woman, and it was super easy and simple. And then women are now punished by having to give birth. It's like, this is not a natural system. It was imposed on females who are older as a sex class.
Well, and the all of the, as you call them, all of the sky daddy religions, I mean, they are themselves propaganda. You don't have to tell women the reason that if it was so natural that women were secondary or second class, you wouldn't have to repeat it over and over and over like it's friggin' propaganda. That this is. It's so clear that it's a propaganda.
Propaganda it's for societal regulation. A lot of people might be naive to that, but they're still conditioned about when it is and is not okay to be aggressive towards another person, put someone down, reject their idea, interrupt them. All those they get taught that by watching men do that to women, and then both men and women and boys and girls are taught that that's just normal and natural. And it takes a lot of work for women to realize, no, we're actually being gaslit. My ideas aren't worse than a man's just because I said them.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's just so incredible to see everyone out there today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been great to speak to you. And I mean, we saw, I know that you said you saw Abel, we saw Gays Against Groomers and Gay Chapman of After Ellen and Melissa Cohen and Partners for Ethical Care and Abigail Martinez, who is the mother of the child who killed herself, and Billboard Chris. I mean, it's been really cool to see how many women and men also are standing up today and who showed up to say no.
To be out in public, showing our faces, holding signs, it makes it clear who we are, what we believe.
Yeah.
For anybody who wants to see it, it's intimidating to say I'm going to be at this place at this time. It's scary. I'm not going to downplay that too much, but it's also very nourishing and revitalizing to be around other women that also believe strongly about something, where we can all get out and say this is what we believe and we're right, and it's worth the risk to ourselves. So that young people, when they have the betrayal trauma set in and they realize what's been done to their bodies in the name of a fantasy by the people they were supposed to be able to trust, they need to be able to look around and see that some people cared, or they might not survive it.
Yeah.
So it's worth it.
Can you ladies walk around again and give the audience some more view of the protest?
All right. So we got. Sure. Yeah. Oh, we can just walk around and so. Oh, we got some trans pride flag pants.
Oh yeah.
I guess they don't really have any rules about respecting the trans flag. Like, that's not a thing. So we got clothes. We've got these abomination signs. There's the Jesus fans over there. Can't see what the signs say. Something about hell.
You can't see this.
Yes, I am doing blasphemy, and I'm ready to go to hell. I don't know. Wait, who's playing the YMCA?
They are. Good music, actually.
Wow.
I don't know if you can hear it through the speakers, but someone's there's not a lot of interaction though happening, and so there's some police over there, it looks like, with the bikes. And there's more of our people are over there. Where's my, oh, I gotta go get my I just walked right away from my bag. It's just t-shirts. It's got lots of Excellenza t-shirts that I brought.
Oop, and I lost.
Do you want to, let's walk over and you can see some of our signs. Have you shown them the signs on the stream?
Yeah, oh yeah. But we can walk over there too. I didn't even know there was people over here.
And you guys, I don't know if
it's called responding, not grooming. That sign says.
I lost video on you.
That's a bit creepy. You lost video on us?
Yeah, I can't see your video.
Looks like she might have closed the window.
Go. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay. So we have there's a sign over there that said it's called responding, not grooming. So you see the lack of insight and the naivete of these adults who are grooming these children. They don't understand that that's the same. That's what it is. That's how you groom a child, is you respond to them in specific ways to direct them and condition them in the path you want them to go. You know, this is a tale as old as time. I think there's even a Bible quote that was outside of my school that said, raise up a child in the way he should go, and when he's older, he will not depart from that. This is what raising a child is, fundamentally, is a form of grooming. But if you are grooming them for something bad, that's bad. So that's why we call them groomers. But grooming them for good things, you know, we call that finishing school. But grooming is grooming, and they are grooming, and they're not willing to acknowledge the risk to the child that comes with responding in a way that you believe is the right thing to respond without questioning it. When you're steering them towards having parts of their body cut off, that's what we mean. So but they want to paint us all as just these like hateful parents that don't ever respond to children, and we just don't understand. We've never been there ourselves. It's bizarre. Yeah, so we got no child can consent to be sterilized. Surgery does not cure depression. Don't trans the gay away. Children cannot consent to puberty blockers. So on and so forth. Stop telling gay girls they're trans boys.
Yeah, I love these signs so much. These are great.
Yeah, and it shows that everybody's organized. These are pre-printed signs that really sends a good message that, you know, this isn't a ragtag group of miscreants, that this is a organized function, and that we are putting aside our political differences, our religious differences, and other ideological differences to come together for this one cause. And it's so important. Like, that's the idea of a movement, right? You have all these different muscles in your arm that are pointed in different directions, but they all have to work together to cause your entire arm to move.
Yeah.
And right now we need the arms of the state to move.
Yeah. Hey, can you guys go and get a close-up of our signs? Our audience is asking to see them.
Sure. Go getting a close-up of the signs.
Okay.
All right. So we got no child can be consent to be sterilized. Puberty is not a disease. No one's born in the wrong body. First, do no harm. What are those? No, I don't. Thank you. Information, yay! I love that. It's my favorite.
Yes.
Brain food. Right. So, as you can see, our protest is very silent. We're just kind of hanging out. Not as energetic. I'm a little wondering if they understand that we're even here. Like, if the trans protesters know that we're down here, or if they think that the other group is us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, it looks like you turned on a.
Did I do something wrong?
You turned on the other camera.
That's me. That's me. I have
WWRN.
another person. She's gonna go look at the counter.
No, that's us. That car just moved by.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you have another person coming?
No, I just have another. I have another feed. She's gonna go. I have
Hey,
another.
can you hear me?
Studio. Yeah, I can hear you. I have another person in my studio. That's all.
I see. Okay. So do you need to go?
Nope. I'm good to be here. I'm just trying to get a couple of different camera views. That's all.
I see. Okay. I don't know if we have any other. She disappeared.
She's signing off.
No, I'm not signing off.
She had to go to a different window. It looks like.
I'm not signing off.
Okay, great. So let's see. We've got the front of the signs and the back of the signs. I think this is now a different camera. It's a different person's coming in. Then I was going to try to go find WLRN.
It's just two It's just two. We have two cameras in the screen, so we can have different things going on.
I see.
I have them muted, but she's just going. She's another person in a different part of the protest, just to get different views of what's happening.
You cannot make money off of my
Chicana feminists said gays in the front lines, and yep, that's basically where we're at. It's we're like we all remember what it was like to be 12 and to have feelings that were new to us, and to have it get translated. The emotions that were inside of us got translated into cultural images in our minds, and so it's a natural inference to feel like you should have been a boy in some way, but you're just gay. It's just how it is. So you don't need to keep pushing. Surgery does not cure depression. So Lumpy Custard says too right. Yeah. The idea that you can cure someone's depression by cutting off their body parts until their physical form matches their delusional fixation is just superstition. It's believing that we need to exorcise the demons, because clearly demons are the only explanation for this. So we need to do this elaborate ritual so the person knows the demons have been exorcised. But this is usually people survive exorcisms without permanent damage. That's my understanding. Sometimes people get beaten to death during them, but I think generally they don't. Sarah Monahan says, what is going on in the convention center? It's the American Academy of Pediatrics annual convention. So we're out here to be like, yo, what are you doing? If you didn't know, the AAP, the AMA, the American Medical Association, and the CHA, the Children's Hospital Association, collectively sent a letter a few days ago to Merrick Garland. I don't know what the hell is going on in this timeline. It's just weird. But they're like, Merrick Garland, social media creators are telling lies about us. They're lying. They're lying about us. We've never done these surgeries on anyone under 18. So you need to investigate them and shut them down. Ban them, Merrick Garland. Save us from the bloggers. Save us from the YouTubers. They're criticizing us. And then like very shortly after that, Vanderbilt came out and we're like, we have been doing these surgeries. Yeah. It was to make money, like we said, yeah, but we won't do it anymore, and it really wasn't that many. Well, one is too many, Vanderbilt. One is too many. You have crossed the line. So they can't say that we're just making up stories. They know that we know that they're doing this because we've talked to detransitioners. We've talked to people that this was done to, and we've also seen their social media posts themselves where they talk about it. So it's just propaganda. And now we have these organizations, because they want to keep making money hand over tit. We have these organizations trying to get the federal government involved to suppress our freedom of the press and our freedom of speech in order to silence us so that unsuspecting parents keep wheeling their children into the operating room. Alandrophobia says, X at the inpatient mental hospital I went to when I was younger, they still do electroshock therapy. Actually, electroshock therapy is also called electroconvulsive therapy, and it is definitely still used. I've met some survivors of it who were left with permanent short-term memory issues and voice distortions due to the brain damage. If you have brain damage, sometimes it can affect your prosody, it's called, the rhythm and cadence of your speech, the pitch of your speech. And so she kind of sounded like a cartoon character afterwards. There was nothing physically wrong with her voice, but her brain was not able to regulate the voice anymore in a way that was culturally appropriate. So she sounded very, very... it was just noticeable, very noticeable. So low battery. So we might need to jump off the stream, but maybe we could jump on later with a different phone or something. Polyhart says, can X talk about the petition being circulated for the pediatricians to sign, asking the Academy to do a review of the scientific studies? The Academy has refused to do that. Wow, I didn't know that they refused to do a review of the scientific studies. I do know that there's a petition going around. Another thing I really like about how they're handling this protest is that they're having designated informational people. And so if somebody tries to engage with us in an argument, we're supposed to direct them to one of these specific designated people who have been trained to keep the focus on the concrete political goal that we have, which is to get signatures and to educate about this one issue. All right, I think your battery might die soon, so, and I don't know where Amy went. I think she's talking to someone else. So I think I'm gonna jump off. I might you can probably follow me if you jump. Oh, there she is.
Hey, good. If you guys are jumping up, that's okay. You're charging recharging a phone?
Yeah, the phone I'm using, Jennifer's, needs to recharge. My phone is charged, so I could
Okay.
potentially jump on with my phone.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna text you I'm gonna text you a link to the stream. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna Facebook. Wait, how do I? There we go. All right, I sent you, just so you know, I sent you a link in your messenger and your
Got it. I
Facebook
see it.
Messenger. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll get my my headset. All right, so I'll jump on that as soon as I can. Okay.
Okay, great.
All right. Bye. All right. If you want to say goodbye.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Bye, bye, everybody. I can't hear you, Amy.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Bye bye. I gotta recharge.
Okay. Okay, so we are looking at this part of the protest. So I think Excelentica is going to try to jump back on with us. This is still going on. This is a really great protest. I think this looks like one of the biggest protests that we have had in the US. Yes. We are going to be needing to do more and more public events. I do want to say that the deprogrammer Kay Yang and I are right now we are working on putting together a timeline of all the events that we have done in the last year and a half. So I do want to remind everyone that the U.S. has been doing many protests this year. As we are looking back at the year, ultimately, with all of the things that women have been doing, there have been roughly about 2 protests a month. So this has been incredible to see, and women are standing up. So I just want us to remember that and take heart in that, because there are people doing this. Okay, Excelensic is back. Here we go.
Back with different earphones.
Yeah, great. I love it.
And they've got new earphones too. So I'm like ready. I'm ready for this for the noise, but there's not much noise right now. They can try to hear what they're chanting. So this one is much more similar to the Leeds protest, the lesbian strength one I was at, where they had the trans activists very far away from us. I really think that they don't understand that group is not the TERFs. I think they think that group is the TERFs. Or I guess maybe we're just outranked.
I don't know. I mean,
the higher priority to defeat Jesus.
Yeah.
What their signs say.
And Sierra, if you wanna try and find women that and give us some interviews with
Sure.
other ladies that are there, that would be great too.
Oh yeah, maybe I could find the trans people I was chatting with earlier. I think they're over here on the other side of the little little roundabout thing. Little non-leaning Tower of Pisa. Okay. This is the closest I've been to Disneyland in probably 20 years. When I was 8, I sold $700 worth of candy for the school fundraiser. So we got a 3-pound chocolate bunny and Disneyland tickets.
Whoa.
It was great. It was great. Well, I was like, I'm never going to get tired of winning so much. And I never did. I wouldn't want to buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, pretty flowers. It is so hot out here today.
Wow, I know. I'm all the way up in Washington, so it's like already turning to fall up here. I'm like looking, I'm in a sweater inside my house. I'm looking at like all of these people in t-shirts. It's very funny.
Yeah. I think we've got lots of folks. I'm gonna find the ones that I saw earlier. Who I know. No, Chloe's out here and Abel Garcia. I think they're there. So I just We got some more surgery does not cure depression signs. A child is born in the wrong body, so on and so forth. And so we're out really close to the front of the convention, this side of things. Let's see about
I'm here to steal.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm on with Amy D'Souza. Or
Oh, thank
D'Souza.
God.
Want to say hi?
Oh yeah, I heard. Oh no, we've talked, but I can check in with you again.
There we go.
Amy, it's me again. I know I said that we'd talk again because I feel like we haven't been with each other for, what has it been, like 10 minutes or something? And we really need to spend more FaceTime. When I say FaceTime, I mean live, so that other people can watch our relationship develop, because it's about the human experience and about us talking to each other. You can see what's going on here. I'm meeting with lots of people. Exolantic is right here. Did you know that? And we're having a human experience that you should be part of, like in your whole human body. Chloe's behind me. I don't remember what that's called.
Chloe, have you talked to Amy?
Yeah. Do you want to talk to Amy Sousa? Here, I'm going to let you talk to an actual better
Here you
haired
go.
person.
Here, put the headphones on. All right.
Hey, Chloe, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us today. It's so great
Yeah,
to see
thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I think this is our first meeting, but I follow you on Twitter, and I'm just so proud of all of the activism that you've been
Thank
doing.
you so much.
So tell us a little bit from your perspective. How has it been today? Who have you been talking to? What have you been seeing?
Should I introduce myself first?
Yes.
Yeah. So my name's Chloe Cole, and I'm actually a detransitioner. I used to be transgender. I was you could say like a transgender kid. I was transitioning medically between the ages of 13 to 16, and I've been speaking out against the practice in like the past year, because it's something it's affected me irreversibly, and the same thing is happening to thousands of kids all over the world.
I think what's really interesting about being where you are right now, you're in front of a pediatric medicine convention. These doctors are telling kids that this is necessary, life-saving surgeries, and you are there presenting an absolutely counter narrative to that.
Yeah, it's the whole life-saving care thing is a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, the surgeries and even the medications, they take away, they don't restore function to the body or anything like that. They take away function from the body. It's just not life-saving care. Not at all, especially not for kids.
Yeah. We so appreciate your courage in speaking out. I also just saw that you are I just saw online that you are starting your own detransitioners network. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? And I'll put up in the screen where we can find that.
I mean, it's still in the works right now. So I just released a statement on Twitter.
Okay, great. We'll follow it on Twitter, and remind everyone of your Twitter handle, and I'll put that up in the comments.
Yeah. So my handle is CHOOOCOLE.
CHO 3 O's.
Yeah, 3 O's.
And
or you could just find me by searching Chloe Cole on Twitter.
Okay,
I should be one of the first results. Yeah.
There we go. I got it.
All right.
I'm
gonna link to that.
I'm gonna put that up in the comments.
All right.
Thank you for standing out there. I know that there's a few detransitioners there today. I saw Abel Garcia as well. And I think, are you going to be a part of the press conference that's happening later?
Yes.
Great. That's so
Yeah, I'll
great.
be speaking.
That's so great. Well, I appreciate all that you've done. I appreciate everything you've put in this year in terms of your public speaking, in terms of what you've said in legislation. People are sending you all kind of love in the comments. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yay. Thanks, Chloe.
All right. All right. Hi.
Hey.
It's like Abel is over there interviewing somebody else. So.
Okay, great.
Huh?
Where are we gonna go?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still on, Amy. What'd you say?
Are you still on live stream?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is great.
I know, right?
We're together again, so this is nice. We're in the sun. There's a lady going around because safety first. She's got some spray. It smells really good. So even if you're not into sunscreen, then you can be beside somebody who has it on, and it's like that nice kind of natural smelling stuff, because that's what we're talking about, is safety. The entire thing today is about safety for children and for us too, really. I mean, come on, we're human beings. Children are human beings, as far as I know.
And from
So
the
it's,
sun.
yeah, we're having a great day. I really want you to ask us some questions, because then I can provide more. Somebody just sent me a text that said, I'm providing comic relief today.
You really
That's my job.
Shoot, well then I'm off. I guess
have,
this is my union negotiated break as a volunteer.
I think it's a joint effort. I think it's a number of people, so it's like you need one comic per head per 100 people or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Like a total convention,
have
or else everyone's too sad.
Have Jeanette.
I'm gonna let Excellence again. You have your own private quality time online where everybody can see, and then I think we could check back a little bit later, Amy, if you feel comfortable with that. If that's something that you want to do, maybe later.
Have Jeanette tell us about Partners for Ethical Care, what their organization is, and how she's helping parents.
Okay, are you able to hear Jeanette through my headphones?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
she asked if you could explain about Partners for Ethical Care and what you guys do.
I feel like we already talked about that, but I'm willing to talk about it basically all the time.
Yeah.
So Partners for Ethical Care, we're a nonprofit organization, so you can send us tons of money. We're still waiting on the giant right-wing money, conservative money, so that hasn't come through yet. Actually, we actually don't get that. So we're really looking for you, any of the people here, anybody else, to send us donations, and I can give you a lovely receipt. I'll sign it. I can put a sticker on it, whatever kind of, we do the scratch and sniff ones if you want, and we'll send you a thank you. But we're interested in raising awareness and supporting efforts to take down the gender industry, to completely annihilate this concept of the affirmation model, where you affirm this delusion, this idea that children are born in the wrong body, that there's something inherently wrong with them that needs to be fixed with some sort of made up kind of transition to something else that they aren't already. So we're fighting against that, and one of the ways that we do that is we know that most people don't really know what's going on. So raising awareness is really core to what we do. We're willing to kind of talk to anybody. I like to talk to people, as you well know, which is why we're right here. I like to talk to people about this issue because I believe that people are really trying to do the right thing, and it is about orienting them toward what are the right things for children, and how do we really help them and support them long term.
I did everything in California,
Yay.
but I'm
Thank you so much, Jeanette, for redoing that. Okay, so I'm gonna put up. Tell her I'm gonna put up Partners for Ethical Care website.
Just gonna put up Partners on your website for donations.
People are wanting to send you money.
Yay!
Yay, thank you so much.
I'm also poor.
Excelantic is also poor. Most of us are poor, actually, out here. Send us money. That's really all we're here
Ever
for.
since the
We're begging.
YouTube ban.
Oh, yeah. So you can send it to me. I'll pass it to her whenever.
No, if you send it to her, you keep it. You guys are doing really good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you around.
All right, thank you.
Where you're gonna
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go get in the shade, maybe see if we can find some other people. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. So we've got. Oh, we got this cool billboard over here
Okay, great.
on the outside of a car. I think this is with us. Let's see. Yeah. Support the fight. Can you see that?
Yes, now I can. Yes, that's great.
What else do they think that children can consent to? Which I think is a great point when you say that children can consent to this radical touching of their genitals by adults, which is what a surgery is. And that's what the hormones do too. They radically disfigure a female child's genitalia to be given male levels of testosterone, which is the same as cosmetic doses of anabolic steroids. It permanently disfigures the genitalia, often on the first week that they take it. They don't even need to be taking it very long. And it causes this disfigurement because connective tissue in general has receptors for testosterone, and that makes it grow and do other things. So if they believe that girls can understand that and consent to it, indeed, what else do they think they can consent to? And we all know that the WPATH just removed the age minimum recommendations. We know that the Mermaids trustee was a pedophile advocate.
Yeah.
Like, connect some dots.
Yeah, and I mean their constant denial of the pedophile connection is just so disingenuous.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like actively working with the eunuch archives, which is full of stories of little boys who want to be castrated and then get castrated, and it's just a fun thing for everyone involved, apparently. I brought that up on the stream with Trigonometry, and they were quite skeptical of why I would just outright call Marcy Bowers, like, obviously he's at least likely motivated by pedophilia. He's making jokes about how Jazz Jennings, it could be a porn star. And of course, Jazz Jennings famously was castrated when he was 17.
Yeah, he's making fun of child genitals on camera, and he's graphically talking about this while this kid is on a table with his legs spread. It's sick in plain sight. Thank you, you two, Kat. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your contribution.
Said love from Brighton alumni. Brighton was so much fun. You little fascist baby, you're raising a little fascist, are you?
For those of you who don't know, X Lancic was in the famous Brighton, Kelly J. King's Brighton Speaker's Corner.
It turned into so much excitement.
Yeah.
It looks like there's more TRAs than there were before. You guys see?
Yeah, I can see. I'm going to put you up solo.
The Jesus enthusiast just left, so that might mean that they refocus onto us.
Okay.
So we might see. Someone's got a sign that says they, she are valid. Remember, valid is their word for kosher or halal. It just means godly in some way. It means religiously approved, religiously acceptable.
Well, it kills me that this whole movement is it's all about external validation. You know, validation is like the communion that you have to keep taking. You need constant validation. You know, it's not a one-time situation. You can't just be validated once, like in the Catholic Church, or I'm sorry, like in the Christian Church. You have to be validated every week, like in the Catholic Church. You take the communion again and again and again. You have to. Other people have to validate your identity, or else you don't have. Or else
they don't feel safe, and if they don't feel safe, they're not safe.
Yeah.
It's like, and the biggest threat to them, of course, is themselves. So you have to make them feel safe, or they become a danger to themselves, and somehow that's your responsibility and not a hospital's responsibility.
Yeah.
Someone's a danger to themselves, and someone's a danger to others. That's a mental illness. That's by definition, they're mentally ill, mentally well, unless they're criminals. So it's like you have a choice.
Yeah.
But harming other people, harming yourself, that's not an acceptable behavior, no matter who you are.
Yeah. So Holly Hart has a comment, and I want to talk about it. She says that mentioning pedophiles to people who only know a little about this isn't a good idea. In her opinion, it makes us sound like QAnon. Better to start with most kids become comfortable with their body. you know, on the one hand, yeah, it's very confrontational to people who don't know about this, but I think it's not a very far leap to say that if kids can consent to lifelong medical irreversible damages and plastic surgeries and genital mutilation, it's not a long mental leap to say what else can they consent to. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand this comment and why it's being said, but on the other hand, I think it is important to point this out to people. I think, you know, people can
I
make
think it's important dots to connect, because if you're not a predator, it's hard to put yourself in the mindset of a predator unless the predator has directly victimized you, I believe. So I think it's difficult for people to understand that there are predators who are motivated by a desire to prey on children, and they spend a lot of time thinking about how do I get access to children?
Yeah.
How do I get away with harming them? And they found an amazing way where clearly a lot of people are working together. They have different motives. You know, some of them are motivated more purely by money, and then you have the actual sexual sadists, like I consider Marcy Bowers to be, based on his comments and his behaviors.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And, you know, identity, and thank you, by the way, not in your head, lesbian, I appreciate it. And identity, as Maria says here, is something that should be the identifying indicators of how people can recognize you. Identity shouldn't be this conceptualization that you hold about yourself. Oh, we just lost her. Well, we'll see. Okay, so I have both of my streams. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. It's been an
okay, just so you know, this is where the speakers will be. They'll start at about noon.
Okay, great. Good to know. Thank you. I want to put up Joe's comment. The pedophilia connection with mermaids in the UK is getting traction. Holly Hart is saying, I see. Sounds like we're accusing all doctors. I understand. I understand that comment. Thank you, Holly. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay, just call dropped.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So I think we're getting to I think is the press conference starting at noon?
I'm not sure exactly
Yes,
what time the press conference. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, starting at noon. It's over by where it says Anaheim Convention Center, the turnabout.
Okay.
Across from that.
Okay, great. All right. So what I think is just also, Sierra, you are frozen, by the way, so I can't see you, or I can see you, but you're a frozen picture, just so you know, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Oh, now you're there again. So what
Okay,
I think is maybe I don't know if there's anyone else to talk to in the next few minutes, but I think what I'll do is I'm gonna leave this live stream by noon, because I know you guys have a press conference to be at, and I also know that they're gonna be live streaming the press conference, so I don't want to compete with that. So if there's, I don't know if there's more.
Sure. Okay, great. Good idea.
Yeah, if there's anyone else you want to talk to, that would be great. If not, I may sign us off, and so that everyone can have a little respite before the press conference.
Okay, that's a good idea. And I might go check out. There's a bunch of food trucks over here.
Okay, great.
So I might go check those out.
Okay, great.
See what the options are for the turf feed trough.
Yeah, good.
But so far so good. You know, it's a good protest. The trans activists have not migrated to bother us, so now they're just kind of rallying against no one off in the distance, which is where they belong.
I love that. That is where they belong. Oh my God. All right. So friends, as we're wrapping this up here, what I'm going to do, I am going to get to the, I'm going to get you the link for the press conference so that everyone can have that in their notes. Let's see. Where is this?
Thanks for covering this.
Absolutely my pleasure. Absolutely. I think these, as I say, I mean, I just keep repeating, um, this is the public record. This is us creating our own media, creating our own stories, telling it in our own voices, speaking our own values, in our own voices, and this this is what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, this is a that's not a great link, but the
Right.
link is up. If you want this, the link that I just put up is the link to the press conference. And everyone, do hit like and
Mm-hmm.
subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for myself. I'm here for WLRN. I was here with Exelansic. I really appreciate all of you being in the chat today. I appreciate your support. There's a lot of great organizations that need your support. And I also appreciate your support because the live streaming does cost me money. So any support that you give is so appreciated. But most of all, please, keep telling this story. I really appreciate it. All right. Well, Sierra, I think I may let you go and have you get ready.
All right.
Thank you. Not in
All
your
right.
head.
Thank you. Oh, and by the way, I have a new YouTube. Make sure everyone.
Oh, yes,
If you haven't subscribed to my new YouTube, it's Isle of X. Please subscribe.
Isle of X, at Isle of X. I'm going to put that up in the comments.
It's been up for several months. Yeah. Great. And the mnemonic is I love X. But it's written Isle of X.
Thank you, Not in Your Head Lesbian. And I'm going to put up, this is Exelanic's new YouTube channel,
Great.
Isle of X. Her work is amazing. If you don't already follow her, please do. She does so much to uncover what is going on with this the gender medicine that we see happening. She's covered phalloplasty files, vaginoplasty files, and she's also really done a good job of documenting the kind of bizarre rhetoric of the genderists, as a religion. You put it in terms of a religion, which I think is so helpful.
Yeah, so I looked a lot into the different doctrinal splits to try to tease apart the different views of gender, because they have internal conflicts as well as a movement towards reconciliation across the schism, which of course doesn't really work in religions unless it's just non-denominational megachurch where they don't really care that much about what they believe, as long as you believe that you're in group.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for hosting this.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you. We will see you in the at the press conference. We'll see
press conference.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you all so much. Thanks, Thanks all for tuning in to the live today, and don't forget to watch. I am going to put it back in the comments. This is the link. Take it right now. This is where just in about 20 minutes, you can watch the press conference event. I'm going to tune off because I don't want to be in competition with them. Thank you, Lumpy Custard, so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I just want to say, we've seen so many great people out there today, and so many great people in the comments. Thank you, Ella, for being here. I want to thank the deprogrammer for being here, Holly, Maria, VF555, who I love to see, Alba, hey, Hannah. I saw Kara Dansky was here before, Lier Keith, Elizabeth, Tive, Not in Your Head Lesbian, Carrie Bruss was here, Jennifer Thomas was here, Spiky Turf. I appreciate you all so much. You too, Kat. Joe Beer was here. So I want to say, we had so many great people at the event, but we had so many great people here in the comments as well. And when we share these stories, this is us again. This us telling our own media. It's us sharing our own media. Hey, Heather, I didn't forget you, Heather Scalzi. Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time so that you guys can get it. You can also find it on the OurDuty Facebook page. This is the Anaheim convention where. Oh, thank you. You too, Kat. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. So do go watch that. Mwah, 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 as Heather says. I appreciate you all. And do look forward. Kay Yang, myself, Kay Yang, and Jennifer Thomas are working on a timeline. We're gonna do a live about the free speech events in the US. And it is like a Woodstock for tourists. We're going to do a live stream about it. We have created a timeline with all of the free speech events in there. The link, Jamie, I'm going to put the link up again. This is the link to the link. This is the link to the what do you call it? Press conference. So the press conference is going to be happening in just about 20 minutes. So watch that link, go to that link for the press conference. I'm gonna tune off because I'm just repeating the same thing now. Thank you all. As Deprogrammer says, we're working on the timeline now. We want to bring that to you. We want to really give a shout out to all of the U.S. Women and some men who show up to speak out in person. Yeah. I don't know if someone else can put it in the chat. You should be able to copy it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat again. Hold on. Okay, put it in the chat again. I hope you can see that in the chat. Get that link in the chat. I'm going to give us one more minute and then I'm going to sign off. Okay, good. All right, you got it. All right, you got it. Then I love you all. I will be in the comments for the press conference. So I will see you in the comments there in about 15, 20 minutes. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you all. Thanks for being here. Bye.